The world today begins right now, and we begin in Russia's North Caucasus Republic of Dagestan, which has begun the 3 days of mourning after gunmen attacked police posts, churches and a synagogue. Sunday's surprise attack left at least 19 people dead and at least 16 others injured. 6 of the gunmen were also reportedly killed. Among those killed were policemen, National Guard officers, several civilians and an Orthodox priest. The assailants have not been identified, but in the past, Dagestan has been the scene of Islamist attacks. However, Russia's investigative committee says it has opened criminal investigations over acts of terror in the region. Let's get more on this. The VOA's Russia correspondent Ricardo Marquina joins us from Madrid, Spain, from where he's been monitoring this development. Hi, Ricardo.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Right, so what's the update at this time? Have the gunmen been identified?
Yes and no. Yes, the authorities tell to the Russian media that they know who these people are, but they don't disclose this information with the media. The only information that we have is from TASS, a governmental agency, and tell us that the attackers are members of an international organization. What organization? They don't tell us, but they try in all time to link these people with Ukraine, even if they don't have any proof so far to back up these allegations. They trying to tell that these people, the people that attacked yesterday, the church and the synagogue, they are linked or directed for Kiev.
And authorities describe this attack as acts of terror. The region has in the past been the scene of Islamist attacks. What could be the possible motive of this latest deadly attack?
Well, if we look what was the objective of this attack, a church and a synagogue, we can agree that it's some kind of religious terror attack, hate against these communities. These two communities, especially Jews and Christians, Orthodox Christians, in this part of the country, there are a minority. Dagestan is part of the south of the country. It's a Muslim part. It's a Muslim republic inside Russia. And it's not the first time, as you very well already tell. So it's not the first attack that these communities have. So we can tell that we are in front of a terror attack against religious minorities.
And how has the larger region, been reacting to this? Many are in shock, I can imagine.
Yes, of course. Even if it's not first time, it's still an act of terror, and 14 people is dead. So 14 policemen are dead, 5 civilians are dead, even the priest of the church is dead. So of course it's a very shocking situation. The president of the Republic, of the Dagestan Republic, said that every people related with these attacks, people that may help the terrorists, may host these terrorists at home, they will pay the maximum price that the law allow in any case. But again, they are blaming Ukraine even if they don't have any information to back up these allegations.
And it appears to be a coordinated attack going by the number of targets. You have said that it could be religious. There has been several allegations of Ukrainian involvement. Have you heard of any reactions or statements from Kiev?
No, so far. A few months ago, when we saw this awful terror attack in Moscow against the Kharkiv City Hall, the concert, also Russia tell that was Kiev, and Kiev keeps silence. They don't reply to these allegations because Russia have nothing to back up these allegations. In this case, everything look very, very similar. Of course, I have not the truth in my hands, so I cannot tell that this information is for sure as I'm telling right now. But so far, Kiev is having the same strategy as last time they did. They don't reply, they don't engage with this allegation from Russia, and the time will probably tell us that Ukraine have nothing to do with this awful attack.
Right, and Russia, has opened investigations into this attack with its investigative committee. What kind of process does this kind of investigation follow?
Well, in in this case of Dagestan, it's we have a high possibility that the attackers have family or friends or relatives a link with these territories. It's not people that come from outside that we saw, for example, in Moscow. These attacks, always that we see attacks in the Caucasus, almost always, is people that live in the area and have relatives in the area and was fighting maybe in the 90s against, in the 2000 also, against the Russian army. So it's people that have a long historical relation with this Islamic fight. So we will see for sure a lot of arrest, a lot of detention of people that will be blamed to help the attackers, and we will see that more of them will be free in the next weeks, because it's very difficult to blame a collective as they try in. For example, in Chechnya, they usually do the next. When they identify a terrorist, they go to the house of the family and they bulldozer them. So they destroy the houses. We can see again this kind of situations also in Dagestan.
And just on Sunday, Ricardo, a missile strike killed 5 people in Russian-occupied Sevastopol. Many wonder if this is related or simply just a coincidence.
Well, if we say that is related, will we agree that the attack in Dagestan is under the control of Kiev authorities? So I think we cannot tell that, not now, because we have not any proof to back up that. I think it's a coincidence that the death of innocent people in Crimea, civilians, is sadly the daily basis situation in all Ukraine. Today we see four civilians was killed in Donetsk, in the area under control of Ukrainian army. So this is a sadly daily basis situation, I think. But of course, it's only my perception that we cannot link these two situations by any means.
Right, Ricardo, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
And speaking of that attack in Russian-occupied Sevastopol, at least 5 people have now been confirmed dead after a Ukrainian missile strike hit the city on Sunday. The attack also left over 120 people injured. City authorities have declared a day of mourning following the incident. According to Russia's defense ministry, the missile attack was carried out by 5 tactical missiles equipped with cluster warheads reportedly supplied by the United States. 4 missiles were shot down by Russian air defense, but the explosion of the warhead of the 5th missile led to numerous casualties among civilians in Sevastopol. While Russia says these acts will not go unanswered, it blames Washington, which its claim supplies Ukraine with weapons for the attack. However, Ukraine has not commented on the shelling. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, at least 1 person has been killed and 11 others wounded after a shelling in the city of Kharkiv. The attack left several residential buildings and vehicles damaged. Authorities say the deceased was a 73-year-old man, and those injured were aged between 15 to 63. However, Russia has not commented on the specific strike. It has repeatedly denied striking civilian infrastructure and says only military-linked sites are being targeted.